Hello, dear students. In previous lecture, in the structure of atom, we have completed up to Rutherford atomic model. This is our last topic we discussed in structure of atom. Okay, its limitation. Okay, now the next topic is about what things lead to new model, that we need a new model which comes out to be Bohr model, the next model of atom. Okay, but what are the reasons for that? So there are two reasons particularly which led that make us to feel that we need a new model. The first thing is dual nature of EM wave. We will discuss them in detail, what is EM wave and all these things, and what do we mean by dual nature. Second thing is spectrum. Okay, we will discuss also about the spectrum in detail a little bit. So let's talk about first this concept, dual nature of electromagnetic wave. This whole concept is developed by Maxwell. What he say that if charge, we very well know till now that charge is existing in the atoms. Okay, that is proton, electrons particularly. But if charge is accelerated always, whenever charge is accelerated, they emit waves particularly, which have electric and magnetic both kind of field around them. Those waves are particularly known as electromagnetic wave, mean to say those waves which have electric as well as magnetic field with them. Okay, so this is those waves are electromagnetic waves. These are different from the matter waves or sound waves you are talking. Okay, sound waves, matter waves. Sound waves is a kind of mechanical wave, matter wave you can say. But electromagnetic waves is a completely different thing. And how they are produced? Charge accelerated mode. When we put you charge in acceleration, mean to say its velocity is changing with time. Okay, by direction changing you will do, or by you will do magnitude changing, it's up to you. But if you put the charge into acceleration, they will emit waves whose nature is electromagnetic. Okay, now let's discuss what are the various features of the electromagnetic, how these waves are different from the matter waves. First thing, so there are some properties of electromagnetic wave. Properties of electromagnetic wave. So what is the first property? That these waves always have electric and magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Mean to say in which direction wave is going, electric and magnetic field always will be perpendicular to that direction. Okay, and electric and magnetic field is also perpendicular to each other. Mean to say these all three things always remain in perpendicular condition. Mean to say what? Direction of wave, electric field and magnetic field. These all three things are perpendicular to each other. Mean to say if you assume the wave is going in x direction, mean to say electric field in the y direction, and you have to assume the magnetic field in z direction. Mean to say all these three things should be perpendicular. That is not true with the matter waves. Matter waves do not have electric and magnetic field around them. Okay, so that's the first thing of the difference between the electromagnetic wave and magnetic, all these waves. Second thing, they travel with speed of light in vacuum. that is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. They all travel with the speed of light in vacuum, particularly this one. And second thing, they do not require medium, mean to say they do not require medium to travel. However, matter waves need medium. They do not require medium to travel. However, matter waves need medium particles. However, in different medium the speed will be different. Fourth thing, there are many kinds of EM wave. On basis of their names, like radio waves, infrared, X-rays, UV rays. So these are different kinds of etc. So there are many kinds of EM wave on their lesson, like having different frequencies. Having different frequency and wavelengths. Mean to say they are different, they are different frequency and different wavelengths. Obviously, visible light also a EM wave emitted by sun. Okay, whose frequency is near about 10 raised to power 15 hertz. So this will give you another thing, the SI unit of frequency. SI unit of frequency is 10 raised to power, SI unit of frequency is a hertz particularly. Okay, and wavelength is in meter, because it is distance wavelength particularly. Okay, so it is in meters particularly. Now, some more features let's discuss about the electromagnetic waves. So you know that they do not require medium particularly, first thing. So these whole properties, these all things are telling that electromagnetic radiations are of a wave nature. So this is what we are talking about. What do you mean by dual nature? In dual nature you have to prove that something is made up of particle, like we prove that yes, atom is made up of proton, electron, that is particle nature of matter. But at the same time, if you prove that no, that thing is not made up of particle, that is representing behavior of a wave particularly. So that is the whole concept of duality. Now these all properties, whatever we have discussed, is actually explaining that electromagnetic radiations are of a wave nature. But at the same time, some phenomena we are going to discuss a little bit in detail. Like first one, we are discussing photoelectric effect, which is developed by Rutherford. Photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? It's an important phenomenon here. That some certain metals, particularly like cesium, is one of them. If you take the plates of cesium, suppose this is a cesium plate. Okay, now we fall some radiation over it. Okay, light radiation. Then you will see that electrons will start coming out easily because their work function is quite low for these metals. Okay, and if electrons will come out and they move, mean to say charge is moving, mean to say electric effects is get created by photo, mean to say light. So this is light you are falling, so this is the current. So that's why this whole phenomenon termed as photoelectric effects. But why we are studying it right now? Because we have to explain the duality nature of the electromagnetic radiation. How? That Rutherford said that for anything, like if this electron is reacting out, what is the kinetic energy of this electron? Will be equal to, he is saying, h mu, mean to say energy given, that is energy given this light what we have, minus work function. What is this W naught? W naught is equal to work function. Mean to say energy required to eject out electron. Okay, so this much energy get, we fall this one. So this much get used in just ejecting out. So what is the remaining? With that help, electron moves, mean to say that energy get converted into kinetic energy. So this is the quantitative aspect of the photoelectric, that how will you calculate the kinetic energy regarding. Okay, this work function also can be represented in this manner, h mu minus h mu naught. What is h mu naught? Mu naught is actually threshold frequency, which is different for different elements. Threshold frequency. What is threshold? The minimum frequency radiation needed to eject out electron. That is your electron from any element. So whose work function is low, they require lesser energy, so that's why we prefer those one. We will prefer those elements whose threshold frequency is lower, because they need lesser energy to eject out the electron. So the rest energy will get used up in moving the electrons. So the moving energy will be more will be the current. Okay, that's why we are using like the elements which have low work function particularly. But now let's come to the central point, that why we are studying this particular point, phenomena at this point. Because this threshold frequency is the minimum requirement. He is saying that how more intensity you will increase, intensity of light is increased as much you want, as much, but frequency is lesser than threshold, then there is no ejection. There is no ejection of electron. Mean to say, however, energy in terms of wave, if you are discussing the wave, light as a wave, energy is directly proportional to intensity. So if energy is directly proportional to intensity, mean to say we are giving the energy, but he is saying that no, there is a minimum frequency needed of that radiation. If their light radiation frequency is lower than the threshold, there is no ejection taking place. And what about the number of electrons ejecting out? That also constitutes the current. Number of electrons actually depends on intensity then. If you put the light with more frequency, that will only increase the energy of the moving electron, but not the number of electrons. So this whole concept actually contradicted with the wave nature of the radiation. They are saying that this phenomena can be explained only if you assume light, or you can say electromagnetic, as a made up of particles. Those particles are termed as photons when we assume them. Okay. Planck particularly explained that after that photoelectric effect, Rutherford said that this is contradiction. That if you want to, this is a natural phenomena happening, photoelectric effect, but we cannot explain the phenomena scientifically or logically if we assume the light as a wave. If you want to explain logically photoelectric effect, you have to assume light is made up of a particle, and that particle is considered as at later photon. So far we have come across that no, light is a wave nature, because there are some phenomena which cannot be proved by them considering. So what is the word concepts? Let me explain you a little bit more. Light, wave. You have to assume light as a wave. Why? Because you have to explain these phenomena. Interference, which is happening, this is one of the phenomena photoelectric effect we have explained, natural phenomena. Okay, but interference, diffraction, polarization, these are also natural phenomena which will get proved logically if you assume light as a wave. Now let's come to particle. So there are also some natural phenomena which is happening, like photoelectric effect is happening itself. Okay. Now some more is Stark and Zeeman effect. We will discuss these phenomena also here in little detail in the next lecture. But for now, I am giving you what is the meaning of the duality. So photoelectric effect, Stark and Zeeman effect, black body radiation phenomena, black body radiation phenomena. So these are three phenomena, some particle phenomena, that if you need to prove them logically, then you must have to assume light as made up of a particle. So there are some phenomena which you have to consider light as a wave, must. However, you have also studied in 10th class this reflection, refraction, okay, dispersion. These are the natural phenomena you assume any, whether assume particle, whether assume wave. They can be explained on both bases. But if you want to explain these phenomena, you have to assume the light as a wave. Otherwise, they will not get explained at any cost. And these are the phenomena which can be explained only if we assume the light as a particle. So that's why we are calling light as a dual. So that's the whole concept. I am today here want to discuss with you that dual nature of electromagnetic radiations or electromagnetic waves, that in some cases we have to consider it particle, some cases we have to consider it a wave. So that's this phenomena cannot be explained on the basis of the Rutherford model. Whatever the model structure of atom he has given, he is not able to explain this duality concept at that time. So that's why we need another model. Okay, so today we have discussed that much, that what is the duality concept. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss about the spectrum analysis and the remaining these phenomena. These phenomena, however, you will get in detail in the physics. This is the whole chapter of the dual nature of matter and radiation in the physics you will get in 12th. Here I only give you the what do you mean by duality. Okay, here I want to make you understand that what is the concept meaning of the duality. Okay, now first thing you will do, read up to the topic did. Okay, second, same thing, sort out 15 short Q's and answer in a rough notebook. So that is your homework particular. Thank you.